Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today for one of our special events for accepted students here at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. My name is JoAnna Baker, and I'm the Director of Transfer and Graduate Admissions here on the Boston campus. Before we get started, I just want to give you a personal congratulations on all of your hard work and your acceptance to our university. We're all very excited to be able to hopefully welcome you to campus this fall as a future healthcare leader in our community. I have two of my colleagues with me who I'm going to let them introduce themselves. As we go through this presentation, you'll be hearing from all of us. I'll pass it to Beth to start.
Hi, welcome. Beth Goreham, Director of Student Financial Services at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. And congratulations as well on your acceptance. We're very excited to have you here today. And we're hoping that you walk away with some options on how to finance your education and learn a little bit more about MCPHS. Welcome. Gary?
Hi, my name is Gary Wilson. I'm one of the Senior Assistant Directors of Admissions here on the undergraduate side at MCPHS. I work primarily with students coming out of Connecticut as well as Worcester County here in Massachusetts. So if I'm one of your counselors, please feel free to look me up after this presentation. Congratulations again, and I really hope to see you in the fall.
Awesome. Thank you both. So let's get started. To begin our conversation, we want to just give you an overview of our philosophy here at MCPHS when it comes to working with families through the financial aid and affordability process. We are very committed to providing a high level of customer service and counseling through this process. It is unique. Every family has their own combination of ways that they will make their college experience work when we look at affordability standpoint. And our goal is to be able to meet with all of you in a one-on-one virtual meeting, on-campus meeting, phone appointment, whatever you need, to be able to help you create that customized plan for you as an accepted student and your family. We have professional staff members both in the financial aid department as well as the admissions office. We are all very well trained and experts when it comes to helping families understand their financial aid package, which is a result of the FAFSA that you've submitted, as well as options to help you finance your education. In addition to being able to work with all of our staff as you go through the enrollment process, one of the things we're really proud to be able to offer to students is a personal financial aid counselor in the Student Financial Services office that will work with you throughout your time at MCPHS. So not only right now as you're preparing to enroll, but all the way through graduation as well. And this SFS counselor will be able to answer any questions you have each year when you resubmit your FAFSA, resubmit or recreate your plan for financing for the next year, really everything you need in between leading you through graduation. I mentioned already our individual appointments that we offer to newly admitted students. You'll hear us refer to these appointments as affordability appointments many times. And we do offer these Monday through Saturday in an array of phone, virtual, and on-campus appointments, as well as in the evenings. So really whatever works best for your schedule as a busy high school senior, as going through a community college course load, and as parents, we want to make sure we can all accommodate your schedule whenever possible. Through these appointments, we'll help you to create a customized affordability plan to assist in your enrollment and next steps process. In between these appointments, you have 24/7 access to your online student account center, where you're able to view your financial aid award, check any tuition charges, any payment plans that you've registered for. Maybe if you're expecting an outside scholarship to come in, this is accessible at any time. For our admitted students, you're able to share access to the Student Account Center to a family member if you'd like, and they will have their own login credentials to be able to access the student's financial aid award and charges, but the student does have to grant permission for that person to be able to access it. All right. As we move into understanding all that goes into financing your education and affordability, I want to talk about our options for institutional aid. Many universities have one or the other. We're really proud to be able to offer a combination of two types of institutional aid. First, I will talk about university need-based grant aid. And this is for students who have submitted their FAFSA. What we do as a university is evaluate what you've entered on that FAFSA and award a set amount for a need-based grant. A need-based grant is technically free money, so it's not a loan or anything you have to pay back. It is something you'd be considered for each year as long as you do submit that FAFSA. We are also really proud to be able to offer a merit scholarship program. All students, students coming out of high school and transfer students coming into our undergraduate program are automatically considered for some amount of a merit-based scholarship. We automatically consider you at the time of admissions, so hopefully you've all been able to log into your student portal as accepted students to view your acceptance, but also view your merit-based scholarship. As an admitted student, some really nice benefits of our merit scholarship program is that it is renewable merit. And what this means is as long as you maintain a 2.5, which is in good academic standing here at MCPHS, this merit award will renew with you for as long as your program. So if you are in our 6-year Doctorate of Pharmacy program, you will receive that scholarship all of the 6 years. If you're in our 32-month accelerated nursing program, you can expect to see that scholarship all 3 years. So whatever program you've been accepted into, that scholarship will maintain with you for the length of that program.
Thanks, JoAnna. You may be wondering how you access your financial aid award package. You will get an email notification once it has been reviewed to log into the self-service portal. Here you'll be able to take a look at your financial aid package, and it will be broken down per aid per semester, and if we're missing any requirements. This is mailed, the initial package is mailed to your home address the first time, and then it is always emailed. So any updates is emailed to their student at their MCPHS email address. We encourage everyone to always check their email. It's really important that you're looking at your email because that's our main way of communicating with you. And I'm sorry, it is your whatever email that you use on your FAFSA at this time, since you don't have an MCPHS email yet, you'll be getting that all sent to your personal email that you used on the FAFSA. So you want to make sure that you are aware of what that email was and to be checking that, because that's how we're going to communicate with you. It's once you have filed the FAFSA, the packages, we review them weekly. The first round of packages dropped the week of January 11th. So if you think you filed a FAFSA, included MCPHS on your FAFSA and haven't heard from us, there may be an issue as to why we didn't get the FAFSA. And it could be as simple as we don't have your social security number in our system, or that you didn't list MCPHS on your FAFSA, and we can help you add that to your FAFSA. So if you think you filed a FAFSA, have not received a package yet, you want to contact SFS so that we can do a little investigating, or contact your admissions counselor and they'll put you in touch with us so that we can determine what happened and why you don't have a package, and get one to you as soon as we can. I also want to mention at this time that if things have changed since you filed your FAFSA, or if because the FAFSA is using your parents' or your 2020 income, and we understand with this COVID year that we've had lots of students and families have experienced some economic hardship, you want to get in touch with us because we can look at your projected 2021 income or your 2022 income to see if maybe some adjustments can be made to your package. So if you have questions once you've reviewed your package and you say, hey, this really isn't showing my ability to finance my education, you want to contact your SFS counselor or your admissions counselor, who will put you in contact with us. The bill is going to be sent to the student. Once you deposit, you are going to get your email, your MCPHS email, and then we will send the tuition bill to the student. This is very confusing sometimes to parents because they are the ones that are helping finance your education, and they're always saying, why aren't I getting the bill? You're now an adult, and we are going to treat our contract is between you. So we're going to work with you to educate you how to finance your bill. But we know parents want to be in the know. So you can share access to the Student Account Center with your parents, and they will get a separate login. Sometimes students get panicked when we say, hey, share this with your parent. It is only so that they can look at your bill and the financial side of the house. They're not looking at your academic side. They don't see your grades. They are just looking at how to help you finance your education, how to make your payments available and affordable. So you'll get a login to the Student Account Center where you'll be able to see your bill. Anytime a change happens, you'll be able to see that updated. It's live, it's 24/7. So something happens, you automatically can then log in. You send us a check and say, hey, I just made a payment online. Can you tell me if it's been received? And if it's an online payment, you could log in and actually see that credit showing up there that day. At the Student Account Center, you can set up your monthly payment plan if you decide that that's how you're going to do your bill. Payment deadlines, these are really important. The bills drop for fall the first week in June, and they're due on August 1st. And that means you have to have your payment arrangements in place. It doesn't mean that your bill has to be paid in full by that day. It just means you have got to have set up your payment plan. Or if you're going to do a parent or a plus loan or a private loan, that you've applied for that loan and it's in the works. So that MCPHS knows, okay, you've committed, you have a financial plan in place. That financial plan, like JoAnna said, is going to be worked out with either your admissions counselor or your SFS counselor in one of our affordability appointments so that you know well before August 1st what your options are. You made your choices, you've applied for the loan, you've set up your payment plan so that you don't need to worry. And if you haven't, you will get friendly reminders from SFS that, hey, the bill has dropped. Have you looked at it yet? Have you seen it? Have you logged in? We will send an email, mid-July to anyone that has received a bill but hasn't logged in as a reminder. Hey, do you know how to log into the Student Account Center? Have you shared your bill with your parents? So we do remind you to do it, and that is through email. So email is really important. Bills are due on August 1st for the fall, December 1st for spring, and for students in accelerated programs, there's a May 1st deadline for the summer. There's lots of ways to finance your education, and we're going to walk through a few of those tools next. But there's payment plans, private loans, plus loans, and I think Gary's going to walk you through some of those now.
So as Beth had previously mentioned, we do offer a monthly payment plan that students can use to help offset the cost of some of their tuition. We don't expect you to be able to finance your entire submission through 9 easy payments of $9.99 or anything like that. It's much more what you and your family are comfortable putting towards your tuition every month. It is a monthly payment plan, so there are certain dates where the money will be deducted from your account, but you do, when you enroll into the plan, set aside an amount that you are comfortable paying every month, and then we deduct that and add it to your tuition over time. These payments are made equally, so you can't adjust month to month. And the payment plan options are very much tailored to your program of study. If you're in a traditional program, there's a certain amount of dates and a certain set of months that you'll be paying into. And if you're in an accelerated program, such as nursing or dental hygiene, there is a different set of dates that I will get into in 1 second. And I want to reiterate, this is something that you can choose to do up to your own monthly budget. We won't ask you to go over your means or to set aside an amount that you're not comfortable with. This is your choice to pay into your tuition. They can use to offset some of the borrowing options that are available to you. This money isn't interested upon, it's paid directly to the university. So if you just want to get ahead of borrowing, if you want to put a little bit of your own money into the tuition and not have that be interested upon, this is a great option to do that. Here are the due dates I had mentioned before. In each column, you will see the dates for the traditional programs versus the accelerated programs. For traditional programs, there are 10 payment dates starting July 1st. So do keep in mind, if you do enroll into the monthly payment plan option, the first due date is just before bills are due on August 1st, and they run until November 1st. For the spring semester for traditional programs, is an additional 5 payments beginning December 1st and wrapping up on April 1st. For accelerated programs, the monthly payment plan does go all year round, beginning August 1st and ending July 1st. There is a $45 enrollment fee into the monthly payment plan as well that you do have to pay. So please do keep that in mind, and you do have to enroll every semester.
Thank you, Gary. I think it's really important to know that there's no one size that fits all when we're looking at affordability and financial planning. Many students do a combination of things that we're covering. And, we do have families who will do part of the balance through a payment plan and part of the balance through a loan. We also have other families who will borrow the whole amount. It's really whatever works best for you in your individual situation. What I'd like to talk about now over the next 2 slides are 2 different types of loan options. We have private loans and then federal parent loans, which we'll touch upon next. To start, private student loans are something we do talk to families a lot about, and they're available through private banks, credit unions, and other lenders. A student loan is where the student is applying for the loan, but they do need a creditworthy cosigner for a private loan. It really comes down to most of our students are on, young, not a long work history or credit history. So for the lender to be confident in what they are lending, we do need that cosigner for successful approval of the loan. There are also parent-specific loan options through private vendors as well. So if you are the parent trying to borrow for your student, that could be an option through the private lender sector as well. Many private loans do not have origination fees, which is a little bit of a perk when we look at the difference between private loans and federal loans. We really encourage, as you're doing your loan research, just look into the terms and conditions before you do that final payoff to fully understand if there are any fees associated with the amount that you're borrowing. Overall, payments for the private loans are often deferred until after graduation. That's just one other piece that we would highly encourage that you confirm before signing off on that private loan. Private loans can seem quite overwhelming, and what we have as a tool for you as a student and your family to look at is a site called Select. And this is a nonprofit site that compiles several years of loan information for what our students currently are using, really what kind of the most popular loan options are here at MCPHS specifically. You can visit elmselect.com at any time and just search for MCPHS, and the information will be available to you. There's no login information needed. This tool is really helpful just to start your research. You may have a bank you've been working with for many years, or you may be a first-time parent going through this process. Select doesn't require you to put in any personal information. You can filter loans between interest rates and all different other factors. So it's a great starting point as you're navigating your college financing process. The next slide, we're going to talk briefly about parent loans, specifically the Parent Plus loan through the federal government. To be eligible for the Parent Plus loan, the student must be a true undergraduate dependent of the family. Parents can borrow up to the cost of attendance minus any financial aid that you've received. So of this balance, after financial aid is taken out, so to speak, you can use the Parent Plus loan to cover the whole balance or part of the balance, again, whatever works best for you and your family. Some private loans have a variable interest rate or the interest rate where the interest rate is dependent on your credit score. The Parent Plus loan is fixed no matter what your credit score is, would be the biggest difference. Just like private loans, the Plus loan does require a credit history check, so it's a very similar process. If for some reason a parent is denied for the Parent Plus loan, your student may be eligible for additional unsubsidized Stafford loans and would be reviewed for that eligibility once the loan has been denied. Similar to private loans, repayment is postponed until after graduation. Typically, repayment goes into effect 6 months after you graduate. To apply and for more information on the Parent Plus loan, you'll simply visit studentaid.gov and you're able to apply directly through that site, but also research this loan option more through that site.
We do also offer international payments, specifically through the service called Flywire. It avoids all unexpected fees that come with transitioning international payments over to US accounts, and you get to pay in your home currency. So you avoid even more unnecessary fees, as well as receive much more favorable foreign exchange rates. We do offer payment tracking through Flywire as well, so you can track your payments 24/7 online. And they have fantastic customer service that will work with you in case there are any issues with transferring that money along Flywire directly to us. If you are sending money via an international source, we do ask that you go directly through Flywire to get that money over to us. We do also work with all outside scholarships that are received by a student. All you have to do is to make sure that that money is sent either directly to us or paid out to you and then paid to us via the one-time payment option on the student accounts portal. Some quick tips for finding some outside scholarships. There are many different online scholarship databases that you can use, including fastweb.com and careeronestop.org. These have new scholarships all year long, and you don't have to stop when you attend MCPHS either. There are scholarships available for enrolled students, not just accepted students on their way in. These amounts can vary, so we do recommend applying for as many as you would like. Set a couple of weekends aside and fill out a couple of essays to see what you're eligible for. You may not get all of them, but you may get some, and they can certainly help with paying for your education. We also recommend you meet with your high school guidance counselor. They may know local organizations around you who offer scholarships to high school students or students coming from secondary sources as well. So please do sit down with those counselors and see what resources they have available to you. And there are many different agencies and organizations locally that offer scholarships. These include local libraries, community businesses, or even your family's employers. We do keep in mind, these do not automatically get applied to your bill. As I said, you may need to contact the scholarship lender themselves to say what account the money needs to be sent to, or it needs to be paid out to you into a check, and you pay that directly to us. Both options are available, and if you'd like more information, feel free to reach out to either Student Financial Services or the admissions team, and we can give you a little bit more information.
MCPHS participates in federal work study. This program provides funding for part-time jobs for our students on and off campus. Prior to the semester, students will be able to review what jobs we have opened. It's all online. We post all of our open positions, both on and off campus. In order to qualify for work study, you do have to complete the FAFSA, and you want to apply as early as you can every year because there are limited funds. But however, most students are able to find a job on campus with or without work study because we do have a great student employment opportunities as well. So if you don't have work study, we can help you find a job on campus. Work study does not come off of your tuition bill. It's actually pocket money. It's paid per hour. Usually students might be awarded an average of $3,000 a year, and that's split up half in the fall, half in the spring. And you have to actually work those hours to earn that money. We have students that only can fit 1 or 2 hours a week into their schedule, and we don't limit that. If that's what you can do, that's what you can do. It gets you a little bit of spending money for the week. We also have students that will do the 10 to 15 hours a week. It really depends on your student schedule and your availability and the department's availability. But most offices employ work study students. It's a great way, especially as a new student, to start to know people on campus, become familiar with the different departments. So if you have a work study award on your award letter, we encourage you to view the job postings. It's like a real position. You have to interview for the position. You contact the supervisor and you make out your schedule. So it's a great opportunity for some pocket money, for some extra expenses that come across as just being a college student. And some of the jobs have actually been remote due to COVID. So there's possibilities of actually doing that too. So planning, we're here to help you make an affordability appointment. I think JoAnna said in the beginning, we're available Monday through Saturday to discuss the first year cost, what your payment options are, and you'd be talking to either a financial aid counselor or one of the admissions staff. And we take time to help you consider all of your options. It's really difficult, especially if you've never done this, to put a financial plan together that works for your family. And there's no one plan that works across the board. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. And that's why the one-on-one appointments are so important, because then you actually can go into detail about what's actually happening with your situation. And then the counselor can say, okay, for what I'm hearing is, maybe you're going to do a little bit of a payment plan, like Gary said. We can only pay $200 a month on a payment plan, but yet that's going to reduce how much I'm going to borrow on the PLUS loan. Or, hey, I have a little bit of savings, and should I put that down as a one-time payment and then lower my monthly payments? And you can hash that all out in one of our affordability appointments. So we really encourage you to take the time to meet with staff, then to do your research. There'll be some homework that you need to do. Is the PLUS loan your best option, or is a private loan the best option? We'll help you look at those. At the end of the day, you'll sit down with your family and say, this is the plan that works. And we don't only do this with our first incoming students, we will do this all 6 years if you're a 6-year student, because life changes. What works for you your freshman year might not be what's going to work for you in your second, third, or maybe fourth year. Your aid eligibility is going to change along the way. You start out as a dependent undergrad, then you get to year 5 and you're an independent graduate student. Your aid package will change. What's available to you will change. So planning with your staff, with admissions or SFS staff, really is a helpful tool to help you plan for your future. So we really encourage you to contact us to set up an appointment and to do some research now, because you've got plenty of time to put those pieces in place so that it's a successful transition when you get here in September. And I want to encourage everyone to apply for outside scholarships, especially right now. This is early spring is when they start awarding those. So this is the best time to be searching for outside scholarships.
Thank you, Beth and Gary, for your time and information. We here at MCPHS really feel that we have a great value in our education and our outcomes for you as a future MCPHS graduate student. Recently, the university was just named #1 in the country for earning power. And really what this means for you as a future MCPHS graduate is huge opportunities for career outcomes, as well as when you look at your own income upon graduation. And this accolade really attests to the value that we have in both of those fields. Another nice little piece that we like to share when you're comparing institutions as you're making your final college decision. Across the state of Massachusetts, when you compare all private institutions, our tuition is 15% lower than the average Massachusetts private college, which is something we work really hard to maintain as a university. And so between great outcomes post-graduation and value on your tuition, we really do feel that we could be the right fit for you as a student and your family as you're making your college decision. We really hope that you take advantage of all of our upcoming accepted student programming, from the appointments that we've referenced throughout this session, as well as virtual accepted student events and on-campus accepted student events. We all are looking forward to seeing you and meeting you and your families soon as you prepare to enroll at MCPHS. And so thank you so much for taking the time to join us, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you.
Have a great day.